Alright guys, got a sleeper build for you here. This is a firearms build. This is solo build as a good solo build, but it's even better in group play, so it can be done either way, but either way it's also good. So up until 1.4, everybody just trashed and got rid of the Hunters Faith, or at least everybody on my friends list. I did not know anyone that ran Hunters Faith. Now, in 1.4, most people I know are so used to that, they're still selling it, deconstructing it, just getting rid of it. I decided I wanted to throw a set together, just see what it was all about, see if it was any good, and actually I'm enjoying it. I can run solo content. The video here you see I'm doing an HVT by myself. I'm rocking 4-piece Hunter's Faith, 2-piece Nomad, and look, coming up soon you're going to see me do some group play. So in this video I'm going to go over the stats that I'm getting from this set, the pros and cons of this set, things that work really well, things that don't work well, and why I'm actually enjoying this set. So the main bonuses of this set and what make it worthwhile is you get some bonus headshot damage for the 3-piece. The 4-piece is damage mitigation from the next enemy bullet after you land a bullet on a target. So the way it works is if you shoot an enemy, you land a bullet, you get a certain amount of mitigation against the next bullet that hits you. Now, you get a stronger mitigation the farther you are away, so this is a mid to long range setup. This is designed mostly for snipers, but I'm using it with an LMG and using mid-range and absolutely loving it. I've asked some friends if they noticed a difference when I was in the group with the armor mitigation and things, and generally everybody I've asked has said yes, they've noticed their health is not getting as low as quick. And again, solo, it's just extra armor, so you can run lower toughness, higher DPS, and burn through level 33 NPCs. So let me go through and point out a few things on my gear. One of my gear mods fell off here. So I'm running over 250,000 DPS on my light machine gun, almost 280,000 DPS on my assault rifle, still getting 300,000 toughness, or right at that, out of this. My performance mods, you're going to see I'm using several with first aid self-heal. Because of my low skill power, it balances it out. That way I've got a good strong heal. Here you can look at my gear. You can see the stats that I'm doing because I'm doing this as a PvE build. Health on kill is highly important. Burn resistance is important if you can get it, and I've got very little of that. Enemy armor damage is great for this build. Damage against elites or protection from elites, again because this is a solo build, is hugely important. So what I went for in this build, because I'm getting the extra armor mitigation, like I said, 300,000 toughness or slightly lower, is actually not that big of a deal. I've run this setup with as little as 260,000 toughness and still had very little issue. So I could even swap out another stamina gear mod for a firearms mod, and generally it's not going to affect me that much. I'm still going to be fairly safe with this, and I'm going to just have more DPS. One way that this is great, and I did not show my weapons, but self-preserved on both of my weapons, both my assault rifle and my light machine gun, especially for solo play, is one of the best weapon talents you can have right now. Is every critical hit you get healed for 3% of the damage dealt. So the more damage I can do, get crit chance. I'm using a pulse for that reason to get additional crit chance, crit damage, heals me. I've got a constant heal. I've got a constant armor mitigation going out for every bullet that I can land on a target. It is a truly fun build to run. The Nomad, some bonus health on kill are all great things to have. Here you can see crit hit chance is low. That's just general. You can try to get some more from weapon mods and things. That's all up to you on if you can get the right pieces. You can see my stability is fairly low. I'm running stable on my light machine gun. So actually to get 255,000 DPS on a light machine gun when I've got self-preserved and stable as two of the main talents, if I had more firearms or damage-based talents, I would be pushing probably 270, 280,000 easy on that weapon. But you can kind of go through showing my stats here, and you can see what's going on. Like I said, using pulse and using first aid. For the pulse, you can actually mix it with anything. I've used it with smart cover, cluster bombs, airburst bombs, regular turret, shock turret. For PvE, you name it, you can mix and match skills however you want to. So here I'm going to show you again using pulse, There's not a big difference between the two main damaging pulses. Use conceal when I'm in PvP. I use the other when I'm in PvE. Not really a big deal. Self heal again. This I'm using performance mods to assist my self heal because I'm running low skill power. So that is a good bonus. My other performance mods are for pulse crit hit chance. Alright, so for talents, critical save, highly recommend that one. That's good for just damage mitigation if you're low health. Combat medic if you're running in a group. One is none is always one of my favorite for fire or for any build really. On the move, highly important, especially now with time to kill really low. Alright, so the one talent you want to take if you're not running in a group is going to be this one. You can get your skills back quicker when you reach low health, which happens quite often if you're running by yourself, even with things such as Nomad and all. So, here's some more video of me doing group play. I want to talk about a few things that are good with this build, a few things that are not good with this build real quick before the video ends. So, again, close up, like you see me here getting right up close on an NPC. This is actually lower damage mitigations, not as much resistance that you get from the 4-piece Hunters Faith. This distance that you see here, much farther, is actually quite significantly better. So again, this is a mid to long range build. It's not good if you like the up close personal. This is not a good shotgun build. This is not a good submachine gun build really. One thing that I want to point out too is countering shotguns is the bullet mitigation you get really is very unnoticeable versus shotguns. Tested it with a friend in PvP. I got the shield pretty close up together. He hit me in the head with his M870, and at 290,000 toughness, he took 3/4 of my health, and he's a dedicated firearms build. So, again, not that good. This build is good against all the factions except the one you're actually seeing in the video. It is good against Riders, Rikers, LMB, all of those it's actually good. But against the Cleaners, because they got flamethrowers, they use their little RC cars, they use flame grenades, tear gas grenades, they got the axe guys. All of those things are melee damage or exotic damage, and your 4-piece Hunter's Faith actually does not resist those. So this is actually the most difficult group to fight against as a PvE setup, is the Cleaners. So you might want to run a different set for that, or you might be like me and just like the set in general and keep playing it. So overall, I highly recommend this build for PvE. If you've not checked it out for PvE, running underground, high value targets, regular missions, incursions, things like that, I highly recommend checking out this set. Give it a try. If you don't like it, you don't have to run it, but if you don't mind kind of taking slightly less damage dealt in order to keep your group alive without being a dedicated healer and things like that, this build, taking some damage mitigation away, is actually a lot of fun. Like I said, I'm still pushing out over 250,000 DPS on my light machine gun, almost 275, 280 on my assault rifle. I was getting about 205,000 on my SMG. It is a good build to run. Highly recommend it. Hope you guys check it out, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Alright guys, so I've got several more videos coming. Going to be doing a weekly vendor reset. That's coming up this week. Also working on my Predator's Mark build video and a Nomad PvE video. Also going to be reviewing the new Firecrest setup and going to be discussing a few things that I have issue with and a few things that are good with it. So look for those videos coming out soon. Please subscribe and get ready for more videos.